Monitoring your AI visibility is only half the picture. The real question is, what do you actually do with the data? In this tutorial, we'll walk through Appearly's full action loop. We'll run a site audit to surface technical issues, generate an action plan with AI-drafted fixes you can copy and paste directly, and create content suggestions for things like your Google business profile and review responses. This is the most important part of the platform, the part that turns data into results. Start by clicking Audit in the sidebar. This page shows all your previous site audits. The first audit runs automatically when you set up your workspace, so you'll always have a baseline. Each card shows the date and your overall score. Think of this score as a health check for how well your site is set up to be understood by AI engines. Things like schema markup, meta descriptions, crawler access, and technical SEO all factor in. Let's open the latest audit. At the top, you see 4 summary cards: your overall score, how many checks passed, how many failed, and how many are warnings. This gives you a snapshot at a glance. A score of 58 means there's solid room for improvement, which is actually pretty typical for a business that hasn't optimized for AI engines before. Scroll down and you'll see results organized by category. Content quality checks things like H1 tags and meta descriptions. Schema markup checks whether you have structured data that helps AI engines understand your business. Crawlers access verifies that bots like GPTbot and Google Extended can actually reach your site. Each item is color-coded. Green means it passed, red means it failed, and amber is a warning worth looking at. Every failed item comes with a specific recommendation telling you exactly what to fix and why it matters for AI visibility. Here's where it gets powerful. At the bottom of every audit, there's a link to the action plan that was generated from these results. Appearly doesn't just tell you what's wrong, it creates a prioritized plan with concrete fixes. This happens automatically after every audit, so you always have an up-to-date action plan ready to work from. Let's click through to see it. The Action Plans page shows all your generated plans. Each card shows a progress bar and completion count. You can also manually generate a new plan anytime. When you do, Appearly recompiles everything: your latest scan data, perception analysis, audit results, and Reddit opportunities, all into one prioritized list of action items. This is the part that turns all the monitoring data into actual work you can execute. Inside the plan, you see your progress at the top, how many items you've completed, and your overall completion percentage. Below that, action items are organized by priority. High priority items are the ones with the biggest impact on your AI visibility, so start there. Each item tells you what to do, why it matters, and what category it falls under, whether that's schema markup, content, crawlers, or technical SEO. This is where it gets really interesting. Click Generate on any action item, and Appearly drafts the actual content for you. For a schema markup item, it generates the full JSON-LD code you can paste directly into your site's head section. For an H1 tag, it writes an optimized heading with your keywords. For meta descriptions, it drafts copy-targeting AI search engines. You don't need to be technical to use these. Just copy the snippet and hand it to your developer, or paste it yourself if you're comfortable with HTML. If you don't love the first draft, hit redraft and it generates an alternative version. As you work through the items, check them off to track your progress. Completed items stay visible with a strike-through so you can see what's been done. Here's a detail that matters for agencies. Every completed item automatically shows up in your client reports. So, when you generate a weekly report, your client sees exactly what you fixed and when. That's how you demonstrate the value of what you're doing for them. Notice the Locked Items section at the bottom. Appearly holds back lower priority items until you've completed at least 70% of the visible ones. This keeps you focused on the high-impact work first, instead of getting overwhelmed by a giant list. Once you hit the threshold, you can unlock the next batch. It's designed to keep momentum going without the paralysis of too many options. When you need to delegate, hit Export PDF. This generates a clean document with all the action items, their descriptions, code snippets, and priorities. Hand it to a developer, a VA, or include it in a client deliverable. Everything they need is in one place, no back and forth explaining what needs to change. Now, let's look at content suggestions. This section generates ready-to-use copy that's aligned with your brand and optimized for AI search engines. You'll see 3 types of content you can generate: Google Business Profile descriptions, review response templates, and AI-optimized meta descriptions. Each one is tailored to your business using the keywords and brand data you set up during onboarding. Scroll down to see the generated content. Here's the Google Business Profile description, written to target the queries AI engines use when recommending local businesses. Below that, review response templates for both positive and neutral reviews. These aren't generic thank you notes. They reinforce your brand messaging, your specialties, and your location, all the signals that AI engines pick up on when scanning review platforms. Each piece of content has a copy button so you can grab it and paste it wherever it needs to go. That's the full action loop. Audit your site, get a prioritized action plan with AI-drafted fixes, and generate content that targets AI engines. The whole cycle runs on autopilot too. Audits trigger action plans automatically, and every completed item feeds into your weekly reports, so you can show clients exactly what was done and how their visibility is improving over time. In the next tutorial, we'll cover reports and how to use them to communicate results to clients. Thanks for watching. Visit appearly.ai to start turning your AI visibility data into action.